Hello, Star Wars Galaxy of Hero players. This is Anti-Shorto. Today I'm going to make a quick video. I just got done doing the video for Territory War, the changes of Territory Wars, the bounty hunters needed for Millennium Falcon, and the content update. But I decided to read more through this list and reread some of them. And oh boy, it kind of inspired me a little bit to do video. So in the link, I'll post the link to this page in the description below, if I can say it right. But I want to talk about some of these ideas and then maybe enhance them or maybe change them around. Some of these I don't get. Some of them are like, okay. But then there's some that are solid, real solid. And then there's a couple ideas that I want to talk about to, assist with. So, first two, I'm going to talk about these first two kind of similarly. The planet landing option, where the first two zones are fleet battles. So it forces everyone into a fleet battle at the beginning. So at least you have a chance to have a fleet battle. Half the time you don't, which is why a lot of people probably don't have a chance to play ships. But the first one is more special bonuses for individual characters. This goes without saying. You tried it and it was fairly well received. Do it again with new characters. Had to start here. Yeah, and I agree with that. I loved the fact that Mace Windu, Grievous, Cup, and oh my gosh, I forgot the other one. Dooku, that's why. They had some good rework, like a rework within the game just for the one area. And oh boy, Mace Windu can solo a triumvirate team, all 5 Sith kind of thing. Wow. You probably needed Thrawn to just sit there and fracture him, but I think if I remember right, it wasn't able to be fractured. I don't remember. It's been a bit. But, however, I feel like there could be more to this area. So, in this planetary landing one, it says keep the same map. Why? First off, why? I feel like they should have, for Territory Wars, 8 to 10 different maps. And I talked about it in the previous video I recorded when I first kind of went over this a little bit. And, at the time I said keep the map, or maybe add another map like Umbaran for, Clone Wars. There's a lot of different maps they could add. Felucia, even from Revenge of the Sith, Kashyyyk. So Territory Wars, I feel like can have... You could literally take the exact maps, the exact map locations from Battlefront 2, Geonosis. So we have Takodana already. Takodana, oh, not Takodana, it was Jakku. Takodana, First Order, or Starkiller Base, and Crate. So we'd have those. We'd have Naboo, Geonosis, Camino. If I go over some of them again, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to remember all the maps, because there's a lot of maps. So if you just literally take all the maps that Battlefront 2 currently has for Galactic, the Galactic Assault, and just make a map, all those maps into Territory Wars, and just randomize them, that's going to change it up. This way, they can always have each Territory War, because I know we usually get 2 Territory Wars at or each week that Territory Wars is out. Every time they go to a different map, there's always going to be different bonuses. That way, it's not the same map. Like, currently it was, Jakku, but, Mace Windu got a bonus. I feel like that could have been on some of these other maps. So, like, lower tiered characters that have, like, no love, like, Kit... Let's talk about Jedi first. Mace Windu, Kit Fisto, Eth Koth, Armagun Dai, Jedi Knight Anakin, Ahsoka Tano, and maybe a few others. And all the clones. Each planet, they can get a different buff and a different variation, at least until they get a rework, and then that variation makes them too strong, so then they can just cut that bonus, or just split that bonus down a certain amount where they only get 25% of that bonus, just to give those characters, those lower tiered characters, a chance, because some people have worked on them. There are some people that have a Gear 12 or Gear 12 Plus Kit Fisto, probably. I wouldn't be surprised that's a character out there that's geared up. So, to help those characters out, multiple maps, and each map having certain different bonuses for clones, separatists, etc. Even for Geonosians. Like Geonosis, like if I ever do a map for Geonosis for Territory Wars, Geonosis should be like the king to boost Geonosians. I know I did a video in the past talking about what was supposedly predicted from this month from data mining and stuff, that we were going to get Ewoks and then all their abilities were going to be at 0. Why not do a map on Endor, and every time that is, Ewoks have the 0, there you go. Boom. That's how you do it. Ewoks don't really need a buff, so I could see where that could be the only buff Ewoks get, and it's on their home planet. The home planet characters or factions deserve that kind of bonus. Probably the best of the best bonus, unlike, like Tatooine. We go to Tatooine. That would be Jawas and Tuskens. Erzatron would love the Tusken part. But Tuskens and Jawas, boom. And then maybe if you have 3 Tuskens in there, it auto adds 2 more just to give a full Tusken team, like Tusken Brute and that. Or unless they decided when they do this, they fill in some teams that need that last 2 or 3 characters. Geonosians need 1, Tuskens need 2. I could still see Jawas getting at least another one, just because an engineer is more best for droids. Who knows? Maybe there's a planet, maybe Geonos would be one where it would boost droids, as well as some other planets for the Separatist side. But again, that is where I would definitely go, kind of like going off of these two. Multiple maps, multiple different... So these bonuses for individual characters, boom, right there at the start. You can have a different map with a different character needing bonus. And it would just make the game more fun, because each player has their own interests and tastes. But there was one job I was working at, someone started SWGOH. All he cared to do was just collect the characters. But then he got to the point where he started to get a little bit more competitive on it. But still, there are those players that they just collect the characters. They may gear them up eventually, but they wanted to work on certain factions, certain characters at certain times. So, yeah. But yes, then I want to talk about, let's see where I can find it. Oh yeah, teamwork. I talked about this a little bit. I stress the fact that PvE needs its the recruit that joins, that 6th team member that joins. That little selection of allies that you have, because you have 50, but you never get like 50 allies in that slot. You have to keep backing out refreshes to find that teammate that you have that has that. So hopefully that's a revamp, but this is an option too. Teamwork, maybe some random times this is an option. Many Bothan spies make all available, or all zones visible from the outset. So maybe once in a while you can actually kind of attack plan differently. Instead of just the first 2 being available, it's all of them. That'd be kind of cool. Fall back. Add an escape button, like in the raids, with X% chance of escaping. Maybe 25% once per battle. Tunes that can escape can be used again, but they retain their health protection totals. And of course, probably their cooldown. So they just, like Vader just used an AoE, and instead of throwing his lightsaber, he retreats. Because he got an extra turn. They're like, I need to get Vader out of here. All those dots can stay up, and I'm almost about to kill them all with Palpatine and Scion, or Palpatine and Sith Trooper. So I'll just retreat these other guys out so I can use them again. That's cool. I like that idea. It changes the battles. So it's like, I'm not going to win this battle, so let me escape these guys and reuse them in another team down the road. Maybe against someone's random Jawa team or something. This one's a weird and interesting one, but easily routed. All teams are defeated as soon as their leader dies, but more banners are achieved per additional casualty. So that's kind of cool. So it's like, do you want to just defeat the leader just to defeat the team, get it out of the way? Or do you want to defeat them one by one and get additional banners? It'd be kind of cool. But that means you'd also definitely want to try building your teams around a lot of tank and taunters or stealthers to keep the leader protected. Column reinforcements allow officers to move squads from an unexposed zone to an exposed, undefeated zone during the course of the war, like actual battlefields. I like that. So like you're like 3 teams left, and then the officer's like, no, yeah, we have 7 teams now. Oh, you have to fight 4 more teams. Yeah, there you go. I like that. It gives, of course, this would have to, give something easier for officers to do. But I like that. I like that, you know, have officers move them around. Terrain bonuses. Each zone represents a certain kind of terrain, like desert, snowfield, or urban. And this also depends on the planet, too. I will say that. But Geonosis would be all like desert, essentially. But like in Naboo, you'd have urban and a basic field. Certain factions like Tusken's Jawas would get bonuses in the desert. Hoth characters would get bonuses in snowfields. So that would be, you know, Wampa for sure. So that kind of thing. So then you can actually throw in your Wampa and give them even a bonus in that area to, you know, yeah. Ambush and unprepared time. So I think all characters starts with the battles with the cooldowns of their special increased by 1, and their basic attacks can only be used the first round. I like that. I like that. Of course, there are some characters that benefit with that, like Raid Han, but outside of that, yes, I think it's kind of like that. Or it's just that you have an ability block the first round, so no one can. You know, but I like the idea of everything cooled down by 1. It makes it easier than the ability block. Someone could just refresh it or cleanse it, unless it's a locked one. But I like that. So, you know, you ambush, you're not prepared, and so you're just going to use your basic attack. It makes sense. It changes the gameplay a whole lot. So, like, if you're going against the Revan team, he's not going to target someone. It gives you a chance to prepare that character to be protected. Like using R2's stealth once, you know, because if you're running HK team, you know, R2 would be able to stealth on someone else, and there you go. Unending War. Once all zones are beaten, the map resets, and you can keep attacking. How high can your guild score within the time limit? I like that. I like that. I would, you know, because there's times like, I just lost all these characters at wrong times. Maybe I'll try it again. You know, it gives players a chance to fight some more. Game. Now, this one is super amazing. This one here, I feel like, is one of the best that they thought of. Hidden Treasure, or rename it Spoils of War. Attach hidden loot boxes, maybe even have the boxes in the battle, kind of like they did with the Phoenix Marquee events, the beginning of 2017. I was going to say last year, but that wasn't last year. 2017, you know, they had these little loot boxes. How cool would it be to have, you know, loot box 3 to 4 enemy squads, and whoever defeats the squad is rewarded a bonus prize. But it's random, so you'll never know, you know, so you could be battling. Or maybe, like, the bonus prize could be, like, the one that defeats it gets, like, 20 stun guns, but then everyone else at the following reset of the next phase, or... Oh, no, this is Territory Wars, I'm not thinking. Haha. But yeah, you know, just to be kind of cool to see that. Maybe everyone else at the end of the battle, end of the territory war, gets an extra, or like the half the amount. So like, you beat it, 20 stun guns for you, and then 10 for everyone else. Something like that. It would give us a chance to get more stun guns, characters, just anything. So I think that's a cool bonus prize idea. While I was explaining it, I got mixed up with the territory battles. I really goofed that one up. Then again, actually, this is an idea. Some of these ideas could also be used in territory battles, like this hidden treasure. Every time a certain couple of teams are randomized on certain players throughout the guild. So you really want to push to try to get your whole guild to do the battles. And I'm sure, like, not the certain... I would probably say the special missions, just the regular combat missions. You know, it's just there. Is you might run into, oh, hey, I have a box. AoE, boom. Hey, I got the box. And even if you don't beat that phase, but you destroyed the box, at least you destroyed the box and you got the reward. High Planet Gravity. This one's another unique one. And I like it. All characters, speed set are equalized to 100 and unaffected by leaderships and buffs and stuff like that. It is, and this guy does say, a little controversial, as it would push people with good mods, or punish people with good mods, but it's a fun equalizer. But then again, good mods doesn't mean, yeah, speed's gone, but all the other buffs are still there. So it's just, it makes it so that everyone's at the exact same speed. I like that, you know, it just changes the battle, because now you have to strategize a little bit more, because, now it just depends on tie wars. Everyone's tie warring, so it could be kind of interesting. So, and it says, you know, Unaffected by leadership abilities and buffs that modify speed, so you wouldn't be able to get turn meter off of HK's lead. So the only thing you get from HK is that, unless it's just speed and not turn meter, like leadership turn meter. I'm assuming leadership turn meter would be more like Darth Maul and Bastila, where they get bonus turn meter. But I'm assuming they might allow like HK's turn meter gain, because it's, you know, turn meter based on attacking versus start of the battle. So I think that would be kind of cool. Keep it simple. All basic attacks have 50% potency and plus 50% damage. Keep it simple. But then again, countering, and one thing that was a kind of a downside to that is countering really amps it up. But then again, it's still keeping it simple. And then those that call and assists, like General Kenobi, yeah, their attacks are going to be damaging a lot more. But then again, I think this will apply first, and then if an ability that says does so much % less, it'll stack it from that too. Who knows? Lead the charge. Pick 4 or 5 individual characters and disallow them on defense, but allow them for offense. So I don't know if they're meaning like they're busy leading the charge. This could be made more interesting by doing light side, dark side flavors. I kind of don't get that one. Maybe it's like they are they were on defense, but then you can just throw them on attack. But that means that opens it up at spot 2 on defense. I don't know. 3v3 territory wars, like I said, enjoyed the Galactic or Grand Arena, so why not? Do it at guild level. I like this idea, but I also like another idea that they could do, something similar to Delta Squad from Republic Commando, a 4v4. Changes up the strategies. So maybe doing a 5v5, a 4v4, 3v3, or instead of the 4v4, do a 2v2, and then even a 1v1. There you go. We do see these tournaments of 1v1s, but then again, that one might get a little too annoying. So I think the lowest I'd say they go would be 2v2. But then you'll see a lot of Chirrut Bazes and Barriss and General Kenobis and all that kind of stuff. So these last two I really like. Blitzkrieg, make time a factor. Either shorten the battle time limit to 4 minutes, or make any zone that doesn't fall within 4 hours start to reinforce by reviving random defeated teams every 30 minutes. But if that area has been defeated, yeah, you could actually use this tactic to gain extra banners by defeating a squad twice. Like, this one's kind of cool. These ideas are phenomenal. Like, I gave my idea. I don't have any more ideas just because I read these and I've obviously wanted to talk about more about the maps. But a lot of these ideas are huge and amazing. I think one of my favorites is the hidden treasure one, just so we can get more mod pieces, gear, character shards even. Who knows? And maybe have it like if we do the Spoil of War event, it'll tell us like the list of rewards in each battle. You know, maybe like 6, 7, there's a lot of teams, so maybe like 10, 15 teams have throughout all the phases. Even the ships have this. Of course, the ships would be, you know, something different. Anyways, last but not least, saboteurs. Create a defensive zone that holds 3 to 5 teams. The teams are in these slots are saboteurs. So long as the team has a higher GP than a target enemy squad. I think it's the character, yeah, the team, not the guild. That would really is like, haha. Use the saboteurs to instantly defeat that squad. Anyone can assign saboteurs, but only officers can employ them. The saboteur's zone can be unable to be attacked or attackable, meaning it might make sense to push quickly to the saboteur zone and defeat the high GP, but probably low synergy squads there before the enemy could use them. That one's kind of a little confusing the way it's, at least to me. Someone else would be like, oh yeah, I get this. But yeah, having an area where you can send saboteurs to instantly defeat a team instead of battling through it, but, you know, reaching certain parameters before you could do that, or certain requirements before you do that, I think that's kind of cool. I really like it. So, but yeah, these are my thoughts. These are some cool ideas. Again, it's u/GmanSWGOH. So definitely check this out. Again, I will post this in the description below, just like I did in the previous video. But yeah, Territory War just needs some revamp. And there is one other thing, and that is the fact that like 8 months ago, we got a leaked spoiler that was quickly fixed like that. It was like a snap click. It was like within like the first 2-3 hours after it was noticed. I didn't even notice it myself, which sucks because I wanted to get screenshots. But, well, I got screenshots, but like, I wanted to, you know, kind of do a full recording while I was on the screen and moving it around. But yeah, it was the little character thing with 8888, and then people have made I think it was like CT 8888. Nope, I didn't have this up because I didn't think of it at the time. But being able to have Star Wars fanon, it's funny. This character here, CT 888, is a clone trooper sergeant. Even though they took Rex, I guess, and yeah. A red fake Ken Pauldron. I think they used Photoshop, or not Photoshop, Paint. But yeah, because of that, it made this little fanon character, and I thought it was kind of cool. But yeah, being able to actually literally have like a legitimate certain number of characters that could be farmable when completing the territory wars is great. Of course, yes, you are still getting. I think that still is not enough. But the guild event currency, just so you can get Hermit Yoda and Wamba, it's kind of cool that we get to do that. I do hope that they do give us like Geonosis for territory battles to give us some more characters to work with. But besides that, though, for territory battles, but for territory battles, give us the planet Geonosis to give us a couple of characters to farm that way. But in territory wars, though, giving us a character like a main territory war character would be kind of cool. I may make a video on some possibilities of what characters they can. I did do a prediction video on thinking it was Jango Fett, and it wasn't Jango Fett. Jango Fett came as a marquee, which actually the main one I really wanted Jango Fett to be. So I feel like Jango Fett, Mother Talzin, and Wicket should have all been legendary, but they're not. But then again, Ewoks did eventually get a character they can farm legendary, and that's C-3PO. That leaves, Night Sisters. Maybe they might get us another version of maybe a Darth Maul legs version, but you can also use Savage and the original Maul to unlock as well. Or you could eventually get the Night Sister variant of Ventress, where she has the little hood, 2 lightsabers still, but yeah, the Night Sister look. So, but other than that, thanks for watching. I really appreciate all those that watch the videos I make. I just wanted to cover this because I just got thinking about some ideas, and I kind of wanted to agree with some of these ideas. And yeah, here you go. Check out this page. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. You guys have a wonderful day.